Hello, everyone. This is Rob Golfi with Remax, the Golfi Team. Welcome to the Golfi Real Estate Show, Niagara Edition, with host today, Aiko Iwashita. Did I say that? Did I say that right, Aiko?
You did. Yes. Thank you so much, Aiko Iwashita. Thank you so much, Rob Golfi. Again, filling in for Steph Vivier today. We are kind of like winding down the summer season, the anticipation for the fall real estate market.
And ODC, the Ontario government was paying for her rent because, she couldn't work or anything like that. Mm-hmm. So she ended up bringing home a homeless person that slept with her there.
Oh, okay.
And guess what? He brought in bedbugs.
Right.
Oh, so we caught on to that real quick. And I called the parents up. I said, you got to get her stuff out of there and put it to the garbage. And I called the pest control and I said, you got to spray this house and spray it every week until we know it's killed. Because we didn't want it to spread to the neighboring apartments, right? So we sprayed the hallways, we sprayed everywhere. Like we try to condense it, and we did. We found out real quick that they had bed bugs, and no bed bugs ever since. And now, but see, you don't know. People bring it. You don't know where they're bringing it from, right?
And but I mean, they can bring it from travels. Like I was saying, how Paris, being the host city for the Olympics, and people from all over the world were coming to Paris, and Paris had a massive bed bug issue. And these are like, high-end hotels, and these travelers are then, leaving the hotel and going back to their country, and the bed bugs love to travel with you. So they come from everywhere and everywhere.
Oh, you got to be careful. Sometimes, you know what they say? When you travel to a different country, especially if it's in the wintertime, leave your luggage in the garage. And
to kill it off.
To kill it off. It'll freeze it. It'll freeze anything that's alive in your luggage.
Our Canadian winters will freeze anything.
Yeah. But or just have a big freezer that's empty and just put your luggage in the freezer overnight. Whatever's in there, that was alive, it's dead.
Yeah.
But you don't know. Like you can bring home something from a different country, and all of a sudden, what is going on here? And it could devastate your house. It could devastate you. And so you got to be very, very careful. Sometimes, you know what? I'll tell you, if you're going to a hotel and or you're wherever, or Airbnb or wherever you're staying at, sometimes it's good to lift the sheets and go and look at the where they sew the mattress together.
The bed seams, yeah.
The seams. The beds. Look in the seams. If you see anything in there, don't unpack. Just get out and tell the guys, listen, you give me another room. I'm not staying here, and get out of there, because that stuff, you're going to bring it home. It's going to go in your clothes. It's going to go in your luggage, and you're just so you may have to throw furniture out. I'm telling you.
I have heard that for sure. Yeah. I mean, Rob Golfi, you're the expert on real estate. You're the expert on how to get rid of bed bugs. And you're the expert of so many things. But people want to learn about, how to get into the real estate market. When we're talking about 20 years ago versus getting into the market now, I mean, it is a completely different game. So the Golfi Team offers a webinar. You can go online to golfiwebinar.com. Tell us about that.
Yeah. So every fourth Tuesday of every month, we hold a Golfi webinar for buyers, and we talk about, like whether investing, being an investor in your first home, or just buying your first home. And there's a lot of little things like that's involved, like who to see as a mortgage expert. Now, you have to be very, very careful. Sometimes when you go for a pre-approval, and we talk about this, you go for a pre-approval, sometimes banks or even mortgage brokers, they don't do the credit check. And they'll just say, okay, how much money you make, and where do you work, and what's your expenses, and they just calculate how much you can afford. But they didn't really check to see if you really qualify.
Can afford it.
Yeah, and afford it. So, and they're going based on the information you give them. And everybody always, not gives the full information. And then they go put an offer on a house, and then they find out the banks or the mortgage person says, well, sorry, you don't qualify. You didn't tell us about this. Well, get the pre-approval done. Now, here's the thing. There's a difference between going to a bank, and if you love the bank that you're going to, Fantastic. Make sure there's only one credit check done on you, not several. Don't go to different banks. If you go to a more, what? Sorry.
That will hurt you.
It will hurt you. It will hurt your beacon score. Or if you go to a mortgage broker, they can farm it out, and they go to the different lenders, and they have competitive rates just like the banks do. So you just want one credit check done. So let's say you go to, let's say one of the top 4 or 5 banks. Like let's say you go to TD Canada Trust, and you go there, you get pre-qualified, you got the credit check done, no problem. What you tell them is say, listen, I shopping around and do shop around to see what if there's a quarter point, half point that they can move around with and what they're working with you on, but just don't get the credit check done on you. If you go to TD, say, listen, I got this from BMO, I got this from CIBC or whatever. Can you match that? And if they do, then you go to TD Canada Trust. We'll match it, and guess what? You got your mortgage only one credit check done. So we give you details like that. You got to be very careful because you don't want to have somebody say things and it's not in writing. I had one person say, right. I tell them get that mortgage approval in writing. We want that mortgage approval in writing because we don't want somebody saying they qualify and they don't. We had one person. This is a quick story. I know we're running out of time soon. An agent on our team years ago was looking at buying a house. She went to the mortgage broker that we had in-house. He said, you need a co-signee for your mortgage. And she goes, oh, really? So she goes to one of the major banks. I'm not going to say who it is. And they said, no problem. You can get the mortgage on your own.
Oh.
So she buys she puts the offer in, buys the house 2 weeks prior. 2 weeks prior. They tell her, the major bank says, sorry, you need a co-signer for your mortgage. And
devastating.
So the first guy was right. He was telling her, and see how that happens. So you got to be very careful. In every industry, you got to make sure they check everything out. So it's a tough go. It's tough. So we talk about stuff like that.
So mortgage experts, real estate experts, all online. It's golfiwebinar.com. It happens the fourth Tuesday of every month. So the next one coming up is September 24th.
That's right. September 24th. Listen in. Simple 1 hour webinar. It's great listening.
Okay. And to wrap things up on a really cool note, you guys have a really fun event. It's called Win in Any Market event. It's happening at Leuna Station in Hamilton on October the 9th. Now, this is for different agents or maybe if you are a business owner. Tell us about
Absolutely. We bring experts in and talk about like how to win in the market that we're in, and it is. We've been doing this for about 2 or 3 years, actually since COVID, and we call it Win in Any Market. So whatever business you're in, especially realtors, and we're holding this at Leuna Station in Hamilton, and October 9th, and it's for agents. And it's amazing. It's a great event. It's free. We have food after, and it's about 2.5 hours long, and it's in and out. It's great. You come in and it's great information. Again, if you want to get ahead in life, you just always got to go to, you got to read books. You got to go to seminars and listen to podcasts. That's it.
Hang around like-minded people.
That's it.
People that are interested in your same passions. And if you are, a realtor right now and you're thinking about joining the Golfi team, become successful, join the #1 RE/MAX team in Canada, you can give them a call at 905-641-0308 or check them out online at robgolfi.com. Thanks so much, Rob, for joining us. And I hope, Steph takes a day off so I can fill in for her once again. It was fun to chat with you. You are listening to the Rob Golfi Real Estate Show, the Niagara edition on 610 CKTB.